1, 2, 3.
Hey folks, welcome to the Raiders in Review podcast. Thanks for tuning in to our second show. Our goal is simple. We want to inform and entertain the members of our community here and around Lumberton High School. We want to fill you in on the news every Friday of the events that happen during the week and the events to happen in the future. Our program will also include short stories that cover all sorts of different topics. Feel free to submit any story ideas to raidersinreview@gmail.com. That's raidersinreview@gmail.com. You can also watch a video version of this podcast on YouTube. Thank you again for tuning in. We hope you enjoy. Oh yeah, please subscribe. Volleyball. Lady Raiders defeated LCM 3-2. Go Raiders. Football. We play Huffman tonight. Wear pink and cheer on our team. Swim team. Good luck this weekend. Go kick some bubbles. Homecoming. The parade and dance is this weekend. Here are the details. The parade starts at 10 a.m. on October 13th at Village Creek Parkway. Later that evening at 8 p.m., we have our homecoming dance in the Commons. The dance will end at 11 p.m. Dance tickets will not be sold at the door. Next week, we will dress up, and here's the details on that. Monday is Good vs. Evil. Dress as your favorite Disney character, good or evil. Tuesday is Moana. Be a tacky tourist. Wednesday is Disney Duo. Group up and dress up. Thursday is The Incredibles. Dress as your favorite superhero, because Disney owns most of them anyway. Friday is Main Street LHS. Pretty self-explanatory, just show your Raider spirit. Community Pep Rally begins at 5 p.m. on the 18th. Swing by the Raiders Stadium for food, games, and a pep rally. Of course. The in-school pep rally is on the 19th at 3:25 in the LHS gym. The game is that night at 7 p.m. We go up against the Livingston Lions. In other news, here's a message from Raiders for Christ. We are a non-denominational, 100% student-led organization designed to glorify and enhance the reputation of Jesus Christ. Come join us for Praise and Pop-Tarts with free food every Tuesday morning starting at 7:55 in room A100. Crime Stoppers will meet on the 15th at 8 a.m. in room C113. Art Club is also meeting at 8 a.m. on the 15th in C103. Hurricane Michael tore through the Panhandle with reported 6 inches of rain in some locations and winds topping at 50 miles per hour. Our community here in southeast Texas is familiar with the long road ahead for those affected by the storm Wednesday afternoon. Our hope is for a safe and speedy recovery. That's the news for this week. If you have any news that you would like to have featured on the podcast, please send us an email at raidersinreview@gmail.com. Now let's switch gears and hear a 3-part story about Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Hey, this is Jake. It's October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. On today's podcast, we have 3 parts. Part 1, the facts. This is where we will briefly inform you on the facts as we know them today. Part 2, the story, told by our librarian, Ms. Curran. And Part 3, the action, what we here at LHS do during our annual Pink Out Week. Thank you again for listening. Here's Part 1, the facts.
It is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, meaning it's time to wear your pink and spread awareness of the second most deadly cancer in women. Breast cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer in women. 1 in every 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. With that being said, keep in mind that you do not need to be a woman to get breast cancer. Though it is rare, 1 in 1,000 men will be diagnosed in their lifetime. Less than 1% of breast cancer victims are men, but it is possible, and it does happen. This year alone, there will be an estimated 266,000 new cases of breast cancer in females, and they are also estimating almost 2,300 new cases in men this year, totaling to 307,000 new cases in men and women that may be diagnosed this year. Early detection of the disease remains the cornerstone of breast cancer control. When breast cancer is detected early, treatment is available with a good chance of recovery. But if it is detected late, curative treatment is often no longer an option. In such cases, there is palliative care to at least relieve the suffering of patients and their family. The false statement that men can't get breast cancer is just one of the many misconceptions on the list. It falls right in line with Misconceptions like all lumps mean breast cancer. If you find a lump during a self-routine exam, there's no need to panic. Many of these lumps are caused by cysts or scar tissue. Other symptoms in breast cancer may include pain, swelling, redness, or thickening of skin. And always discuss any breast changes with your doctor. Another one is that everyone's breast cancer is the same. It's not. As a person's genetic makeup is different, so too is the biology of the tumor. Some breast cancers are small and aggressive and come at you hard, and some grow slowly and are not life-threatening at all. The treatments and outcomes for each patient is different because each patient is different. Please make sure to be aware and active.
Thank you, Caleb. Now, for part 2, a story told by our librarian.
So when the Raters and Review students came by the library and asked me if I had any personal experiences with breast cancer or breast cancer awareness, it just got me thinking. And so I started thinking about family members and friends who've experienced breast cancer or have had it in their family. And the one that struck me the most is my sister's friend. So one of my sister's very best friends from childhood was diagnosed with breast cancer when she was 34 years old. And the reason that hits a chord with me is because I'm 34 years old. And so thinking about where I am right now and, what's going on in my life, how much that would shake me to the core. And so when I spoke with Amber, just asking her about her experience with breast cancer, and thankfully today she is 5 years in remission. But when I spoke with her, I just realized just how much of a toll this took on her entire life, on her family, on her spouse. She was planning to get married that year and had to change everything. And so when I think about that, being 34 years old, she's 42 years old now and has lived this many years of her life in fear of, is it going to come back? When I go to my next doctor's appointment, it is going to be a good report or a bad report? Am I going to be able to have children? There are so many things that go through your head. And so when I think about that, I'm so thankful that something like this hasn't happened to me personally or my mother or my sisters, but it has happened in our lives. And so when I see Amber now, she is, she's hilarious. She always has been. She's funny. She's lively. But she has a renewed spirit now that I think is because of her experience. That she saw, a glimpse of what if the cancer isn't gone? What if I've got to live my life in the best way I can? I've got to work hard. I've got to love hard. I've got to take care of my friends and family. I've got to take care of myself. And so she has, a different perspective on life. And I think that's such an amazing takeaway. A lot of people wouldn't have that. They would maybe go the opposite way and be sad or depressed or, not want to really engage in life. But she has really taken it upon herself to say, okay, I'm not letting cancer make me be in fear every day. I won't allow it to rule my life. Yes, it's going to be a part of her life forever. She's always going to have to get checkups. She's always going to worry if she does kind of feel a lump in her breast. She is always going to worry if, is it going to come back? Is that a lump? Is that something I need my doctor to check? But she can't live every day of her life in fear. And that's what she said to me, that I'm not going to live in fear. I'm not going to not live my life. I am going to, take life by the horns or whatever other cliche phrase you want to use and really live it. And so I love that about her and I admire her, and she is so strong and she's so amazing. And so I'm so thankful that she's come through this with a positive ending.
Thank you, Ms. Curran. And for part 3, here's Mr. Tomlin with the action.
With each October, we bring awareness to breast cancer by wearing pink and creating chain links, in a tradition we call Pink Out Week. From October 8th to October 12th, Lumberton ISD began to collect 25-cent donations to create a pink paper chain that will extend across the football stands for the entire community to see. With the lights shining above on Friday night, our community and visitors we play against will see a wall of spirit. Every cent raised will be donated to the Julie Rogers Gift of Life program in hope to find a cure for breast cancer.
Thank you, Jason. We hope that you found this informative. If you ever need any more information on breast cancer, please visit breastcancer.org. There you will find a wealth of information. Thank you again. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. Go Raiders.